defensive player. He's shooting well from three. The only area that he really struggles in, Chuck, is free throw shooting.
Yeah, the Spurs is a team last in the league in that department. Here's Carter with the stop-and-go power move to the cup. And Vince Carter has got the mojo going with 8 in the quarter.
Yeah, Popovich wants to talk this over. We saw this last night in Chicago. Nesterovic not stepping up, not helping Bowen, and Vince Carter taking advantage of it.
And so the Raptors lead 10-6 at the 9:09 mark. Vince Carter with 8 points, 3 of 3 from the floor, a couple of free throws. We'll return in a moment on the Home Depot. Raptors basketball.
You know why Willis is in the game. Popovich very upset with the job Nesterovic did defensively on pick and rolls.
On the left wing, it's Vince Carter. Carter at the top of the key. Open his boss with a slam dunk. He just posterized Kevin Willis.
Now,
what a kaboom by Vince Carter and the Raptors. And speaking of Vince Carter, 8 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, Leo.
Yeah, Vince very aggressive, and Kevin O'Neal putting him in pick and roll situations, primarily with Chris Bosh extending the defense. You got a couple of serious options, Vince Carter and Bosh, and Vince doing a great job of finding them.
Raptors shooting 60%. The Spurs at 20.
Presents the defensive issues for matchups.
He has 5 NBA World Championship rings. Baseline left, Carter comes up shooting, and they're going to wave it off. We have a foul.
Now, I don't know if I agree with that call. When you're going to allow a defensive player, Chuck, to be aggressive, you have to allow the offensive player to match that aggression. Watch Vince Carter swinging the ball through, using that body. I like that. Bowen's backing up. Vince Carter, that's a bad call. He just used his body, planted the foot.
The scoop, rebound, Toronto down the floor, leaking out. Alvin Williams had Marshall wide open. Left corner, Peterson. Up top, Carter. 3 for 3. Bam! Nothing but nylon. Vince from the mark, Carter with 11.
Popovich wants to take a 20 right here. Raptors are pushing that ball up the floor. They're not walking it up the floor. They're moving it. They're finding the open man. Great pass that time from Mo Pete to Vince. The game becomes very simple, Chuck. If you're willing to push that ball, if you're committed to running it up the floor, you're going to get some great looks. And Mo Pete with nobody picking up Vince Carter. How do you forget about this guy? He's off to a great start, especially if you're the best defensive. This is the way it's been literally every game since coming back from his ankle sprain, Chuck. He comes out, tries to play, moves well, and all of a sudden something happens where he either jars it, turns it, stresses it, and finds himself limping back to the bench. And he's in obvious pain right now. This is the most discomfort we've seen him in since coming back from his ankle injury.
And again,
easy entry passes into Duncan.
That's the 7th turnover for the Spurs. See if the Raptors can get the ball inside. Here is Carter at the top of the circle. They go in underneath to Marshall, and a layup is good. Turnover. So give them 9. 26-25 Raptors. And it's Alvin Williams to Peterson. Carter on a triple drive behind the back pass underneath Marshall. Over Tim Duncan. What a play for the Raps.
That great pass again by Carter. His 4th.
Alvin Williams can't get it to go on a driving layup attempt. And down the court on a pass by Duncan, intercepted by the Raptors. Alvin Williams on the left wing.
Spurs right now 9 turnovers, Chuck. They average 14 on the season.
Second quarter, Raptors are 2 for 12. Carter with a crossover. Carter to the cup. Follow-away jumper. Baseline right. Got it.
See, when Vince plays like this, it's just a pleasure to watch. His team rides the wave, and he's almost impossible to defend against.
Williams, Archibald, and Peterson on the floor. And it's Carter hitting that ball. And now gets the screen from Marshall, left wing 3 ball. Rig it up from downtown Stony Creek. It goes out to Brian Sturge.
A jumper.
He got banged up on a 5-on-4. And it's Carter again with a touch on the left elbow. 10 on the shot clock, 1:02 remaining. Splits the defense. Carter to the right lane. Really good. Are they going to call a charge? You've got to be kidding me.
Vince is irate here, and I can't blame him right now. I got to get another look at this one here. And he just got teed up. I'll be honest with you, Chuck. Ed Malloy has been taking over this game officiating-wise, and there have been a lot of suspect calls.
I mean, Vince knew that he had a defender underneath and purposely did not put a shoulder into his man.
Well, I thought he tried to avoid him.
Yeah.
Let's see again here. Well, first of all, Nestorvich tried to kick. Tough to tell with that replay. I don't know if we'll be able to take a look again here, and I believe we do have another one coming. Watch Nestorvich. He tries to kick Vince Carter as he goes through. Then Vince goes up, and no, Tim Duncan did not have solid position. He leaned in. Vince was going off his left shoulder.
Carter is fuming mad. You can't blame him, folks. That's his third
double easily. But you got to remember, Duncan gets a lot of his rebounds, and obviously Duncan gets a lot of touches out there.
Carter again, knife it inside to the rack, and a scoop, and a foul against San Antonio.
That's why you keep going. Vince Carter saying, hey, finally, don't worry about it. It's going to come. Just keep going. Allen Iverson, we had this argument in Philadelphia. And talking to some of the officials after that game, Allen Iverson and players like that put pressure on the officials not to make calls. They put pressure on you not to make, because always going, always going. And right now, Vince Carter can do the same thing to the officials on the floor tonight.
And Carter at the free throw line, it is good. Vince got fouled behind the arc, and then Popovich picked up a technical in the first quarter. So for Carter, this is his first free throw attempt coming on a dribble drive to the hoop. He makes the first, the release on the second. It is good as well. The Raptors are 8 of 11 in the ball game.
And we've discussed it over and over. Get into a comfort zone, and you got to get help. He's just too good a player one-on-one. You have to get help.
Duncan goes 0 for 2 from the stripe. He's got 14 points, 14 boards. Alvin Williams up top to Carter. Carter, hang time, double clutch, and scores! What a play! Vince 70!
Yeah.
So Vince Carter with a little hang time. We'll be right back.
On his free throw.
Carter with 20 in the ball game, but only 9 in the last 3 quarters. Carter one-on-one with Bowen, tied up to the cup. Fingertip roller, score! Vince Lamar Carter.
A great extension there, Chuck. Just watching him warm up, I get tired. Here's another look at Vince Carter, the hop, the stretch, and just extending. Nice job of using the glass as well.